Liv Morgan recently recalled the day that she thought she was fired from WWE, so we'll take a look at what she had to say. We'll also see the latest with Sonya Deville, The Rock, and much more. There was a period in 2020 and 2021 where it felt like WWE releases were coming out of nowhere, left and right every few weeks, and the releases just weren't happening to the talent that's been on television in a long time. It was happening to some pretty big-name superstars as well. Superstars who were former world champions, even superstars who were just on TV that same week. No one appeared to be safe from the releases until you were actually holding a WWE title. If you didn't have a title in your possession, it just felt like you too could be on the cutting block. Well, during one of those waves of releases in 2021, WWE absolutely obliterated their women's tag team division. They released Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Lana, Ruby Riott, and so much more. Each of these women right there on that list were all actively on WWE television and were a part of different tag teams in the women's tag team division. So when this wave happened, there were so many tag teams who just lost their other half and felt absolutely awful. Lacey Evans lost Peyton, Carmella lost Billie Kay, Naomi lost Lana, and Liv Morgan lost Ruby Riott. Of course, the tag teams that have been around the longest out of that list was Liv and Ruby. Liv and Ruby debuted with each other back in 2017, and even had that date tattooed on them as well. Obviously, their connection with each other most likely goes deeper than anyone else on that list. No one was more heartbroken about the split than Liv and Ruby. They still supported each other till this day and are best of friends. Liv Morgan recently spoke with BT Sport and recalled the entire day that Ruby was released, even revealing that she assumed that WWE would release her as well. She had this to say about that day, quote, "She calls me and she's like, I just got fired, and I live on a farm and I don't get cell service. So in that moment, I was like, oh, me too. Like if they fired Ruby, they fired me. And then I wasn't fired, and I'm so grateful that I wasn't. But in that moment, it was almost worse that I wasn't also fired. I don't want her to feel like I was better than her because I don't believe that, you know? So I didn't know how to handle my best friend, who I'm in a tag team with, let go, and me still be here. Really bad survivor's guilt," end quote. So in current day, Liv is absolutely happy that she wasn't released. She was also able to win the Money in the Bank contract and win her first WWE championship from the hands of Ronda Rousey. It doesn't get much bigger than that. But back then, in that very moment of Ruby's release, Liv said that having to stay there alone after the release of her best friend was the worst thing that could have happened to her. But thankfully, it ended up working out for the both of them. Liv would go on to become SmackDown Women's Champion, and Ruby Soho has been making some noise in AEW's women's division. Sonya Deville has played a pretty big role on WWE television since returning in early 2021. Sonya even had a big story in the early days of the WWE pandemic era. One of the most interesting complex storylines at the time was everything going on with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Sonya had her eyes on winning the tag team titles with Mandy Rose, but Mandy was more worried about her relationship with Otis. So that led down a whole path of Sonya sabotaging her best friend's relationship in order for her to get undivided attention back on the prize. But when Mandy found out about this big scheme, she ended up feuding with Sonya. Sonya would take her a hiatus and come back as an assistant to Adam Pearce. Sonya had a decent arc there as she went from a quiet and humble assistant to an out-of-control heel authority figure. Sonya's power trip led to her being fired as a WWE official, and she would go forward as strictly just an in-ring competitor. But the problem is that ever since Sonya was removed as a WWE official, she had no storylines and has been in this complete limbo state. Sure, Sonya recently appeared on SmackDown to team with Natalya to take on Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan, but there was no storyline implications on the line for Sonya Deville. That tag team match was just to build Liv and Ronda's story. So Sonya is still waiting around for her next storyline to take place. Sonya even took to Twitter to send a message to Triple H on how she's ready to be used on the show again. She had this to say, quote, "I have it. Let me show them boss man," end quote. She ended the tweet off by tagging Triple H. So Sonya is putting herself out there again for the new head of WWE Creative to notice her. Sonya does have what it takes and has done great work over the last few years. She even revealed that she studied old film of Stephanie McMahon's days as GM just to learn different things and see what she can add to her bag. So she's serious about her craft. We'll just have to wait and see if any other big storyline will present itself to Sonya Deville in the near future. In other news, The Rock recently sent a little jab at Roman Reigns, but this all went down on Instagram. C4 Energy had just posted their new commercial with Roman Reigns that shows him going through what they describe as extreme conditions in the ad. The Rock took to the comment section of the commercial to poke fun at the Roman Reigns commercial. The Rock had this to say in response to what he saw, quote, "Uso, yeah, walking 2 miles per hour on a treadmill. That's inexplicably on a boat dock. Are very extreme conditions. Who's writing this for you? I'm calling you tonight. WTF," end quote. So The Rock was just poking fun at how goofy Roman's commercial appeared to be. Obviously, this happened on the comment section of Instagram, so it's not like it's much of any storyline implication at all, but fans are hoping it's a good sign that we'll continue to see these little back and forth jabs between The Rock and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and The Rock have been rumored to meet at the main event of WrestleMania 39 for a long time now, but again, there's no confirmation on that match actually happening. It's been a popular fan theory since 2020, with Roman declaring himself as the head of the family. Fans instantly thought that The Rock would have the best case to fight Roman for that label. Roman has hinted towards the match. The Rock has talked about it before, and it was straight up teased again in The Rock's show, Young Rock. So there's a lot of speculation and hints out there, but obviously no solid confirmation of anything actually happening. So for now, all this speculation for The Rock versus Roman Reigns will most likely continue in the immediate future. We should start having a better idea if it's actually happening or not towards the end of 2022, early 2023. So anywhere from Survivor Series to Royal Rumble will be the perfect time frame where things will start to get more clear regarding The Rock and Roman Reigns. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.